Brasstown Bald, Hiawassee, Georgia. And you can take the shuttle up to this spot. It's going to be the highest point in Georgia. But we're walking up the trail. It's a paved trail. It's only, I guess, moderate or whatever because it's a steep walk, but it's paved, so it shouldn't be difficult at all. Just a little bit of an aerobic workout. So this trail is covered with rhododendrons. This is like walking through a rhododendron tunnel. And it is steep, but it is paved, so it's easy. But it will wind you, as you can hear, I think. But it's not that bad. So you will definitely get winded. I think it's about half a mile up. I'm just sticking at a steady pace. Catching my second wind. And there are places for people to stop and sit and rest. But I'm going to keep plugging away because this is the first hike for today. I'm going to head to a different place after this. A place called Shoals Falls. About a 25-minute drive from here. But I think I'm nearing the end. That's the shuttle bus. Took me about 10 minutes to walk it. Not too bad. Alright, we made it to the top. There's a little watchtower. Down there's my car. You can just see the top of the Jeep. A lot of haze, some clouds. You can see parts of the Appalachian Trail, however you want to pronounce it. Okay, so that is that. We're gonna head back down. It's a little more than a half-mile walk. We'll just head back downhill, hit the car, and head to the next trail. I'm at the next stop for today. This is Shoals Falls Trail. And so now immediately I gotta pick which one I have to go down. This side or that side? Ah, there's arrows on the sign. Duh, they're just not very clear. Okay, 1.3 miles. So it's about 70 degrees. We just finished Brasstown Bald, which was nice, but a paved trail. This one is more like the normal trails we head down. And so there's supposed to be some really nice falls along this trail. But it's short. It's like 1.5 miles or something, I think, to get there. And that's why we chose the 2 trails today rather than just the one. Because they're both relatively short. So onward to the falls. So it appears that this is going to be a lot like going to Panther Creek Falls, where it's all downhill to the falls, and then it's going to be an uphill trek on the way back. It doesn't look as difficult, but we shall see. Brasstown Bald, that was quite the trek straight up. I think they said it was a 12% grade or something. So this doesn't look like that, but it is a walk back up, and the trail is filled with leaves, so it gets a little slippery, and it's pretty rocky, and got some gnarled roots, just like at Panther Creek Falls. But other than that, it's a beautiful fall day. Like I said before, it's about 70 degrees right now. There's supposed to be a cold front moving through in the next couple of days, where it's only going to reach a high of like 50 or something, maybe even less up here in the North Georgia mountains. But for now, it's like a beautiful fall day where all the leaves have changed color. I think I'm probably a week past peak, maybe. Peak color here. But it's a perfect day. Clear blue sky. Perfect day for a hike. I'm showing some of the gnarled roots. There were some bigger ones just a little while back before I started hitting the record button. Just to show you. Leaf covered, but otherwise a well-marked or well-worn trail. Let's put it that way. There aren't really any markings that I see so far. Hiking without Godfrey, because I went up to Brasstown Bald, and there's a lot of people there with their dogs, and if you've watched any of the other videos, I've told you that he doesn't do well with other dogs. So I try to take him on hikes where he's not going to really see any other dogs, and he might not on this one. It's not that popular a trail. There were only 2 cars out at the front, and I started hiking at about 11:30. But because of Brasstown Bald, I didn't bring him here. But we'll probably go someplace next week. We got some areas of this trail that were a little bit washed out. I don't know if you can see the rope. There's like a rope guard, so you don't go down the hill. But you can see the creek far down there. But the trail got a little washed out. Maybe one of the more recent storms that came through. I don't know. I need signs. I say I don't know a lot. All right, so I just passed 4 hikers. Maybe they're all 4 people that have the 2 cars out in front. So hopefully I have the falls to myself when I get there. Got a little bit of a stream crossing and a bridge. It's a nice stream with rhododendrons on the sides. Nice little bridge to walk across. Keep my feet dry. Well, it looks like you can get across if you wanted to. It's not that deep right now. thought I would just leave you with the sounds of the water this time instead of Godfrey barking all over the place. Babbling brooks are always nice to hear. This looks to be like it's going to be a fairly easy hike. You have bridges crossing all the tiny water crossings. At least so far. I only saw two. Only had two water crossings. So I'm assuming that if they have bridges to cover those, that they'll pretty much cover the rest. So I'm supposed to be coming up close to some waterfall view. I don't know if I gotta turn here, if I gotta go up a little further. Let's see, I'm following the All Trails map. Let's see what we got here. Looks like I gotta walk a little bit further. Oh, okay, I see another path that goes down. So we're gonna head to the first set of falls to go visit. So they have an actual viewing platform. A beautiful waterfall to start with. I'm going to see if I can get a little closer. Get down at the bottom a little bit without breaking my neck. Alright, so I was able to get down to the bottom in the middle. It's pretty deep in some of these spots. It's an absolutely stunning waterfall. As well as looking downstream. Right there, you can see the platform. That was the first set of falls. Now we're heading to the second one. I heard the second one is supposed to be nicer. At least that's what the reviews said in All Trails. Can't wait to find out. So they have more areas with yellow rope. I don't think anybody's gonna go down that way anyway, but I guess just as a warning to shut off certain areas. This one I can understand because maybe people want to think that's a trail. But I'm surprised there aren't more people here because it's a pretty well developed trail with bridges, even stone steps. So they've made this very accessible. You know, it's definitely moderate because of the climb back, but as far as, you know, getting anywhere, if you take your time, shouldn't have any problem. Anybody should be able to do it. All right, we've reached the second set of falls. There's another viewing area, viewing platform. Hopefully there's a way to get down there so we can get a little closer. Oh, wow. It's so high up. Pretty incredible. So that's a pretty short hike to get here. I think the 1.5 mile number is pretty accurate. That's definitely worth it. All right, there's an very easy way to get down to the bottom here. Not difficult at all. You can see about getting a little bit closer. So this is probably as close as I'm going to get. I could go over there, but I think those rocks are going to be too slippery from algae. So I will stay right here where I'm at. It's close enough. Absolutely stunning. Did I use that word enough? Let's go walk around on the rocks. So I've moved far back. I'm taking a video right now because I meant to actually take a photo, and I've got to system in how I take videos so I don't get lost later on when I need to stitch this all together. So this is a bonus video of where I'm standing right now. This is a place where it's so short, easy to get to. I mean, the road driving up is difficult. You probably need an SUV. But once you get to the trailhead and you walk here, it's not hard to get to. It'd be a perfect place to sit and eat lunch. One day, I'll pack a lunch. All right, I gotta scale these logs, head back to dry ground, and then start heading back to the car. My day hikes, or my day hike, the hike for the day, is done for the day. So we'll get back up to the trail, start heading back. Just as I described, the walk back up is gonna wind you. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I always find going downhill harder than going uphill. It's harder on my legs to go down than going up. I mean, going up obviously is a cardiovascular workout, but my legs seem to be able to take that better than going down. Wonder if I'm alone. But it's pretty much going to be like this the rest of the way back. So I'm just going to concentrate so I don't slip on some of these wet leaves. Get back to the car. So that's proof that anybody can really take this hike, most anybody, is I just passed a family. Husband, wife, 3 kids. The husband is even carrying the infant in a backpack. You know, the kids couldn't have been older than 7, maybe 8. I didn't take a close look, but so I think anybody should be able to do this hike as long as you take your time, especially on the way back. But I would do this again in the fall because this is beautiful. Maybe a week earlier, or maybe even a week later. A week earlier for peak color in the trees, but a week later because it'll be a little bit cooler here and more of the leaves will be off the trees, so you'll be able to see more of the creek and the falls while you hike. Springtime, I can imagine, would be nice too, because you're gonna have that cover, the overgrowth covering the trail. You're basically walking in a, big forest understory. I wouldn't do it in July and August. Not in Georgia. All right. This sign means we're coming to the end. Just the last few stairs to climb. And then we're back at the car. That was a very short but very enjoyable hike. One of the better ones. One of the better short ones I've been on. I'll try to be back here more often than in the next 5 years, like I did with Panther Creek. But that's it. Yep, those other 2 cars were the people I passed. And this is the family that I saw down there. That's the end of today's hike. Catch you next time.